Over the weekend, we lost a great man. Republican Senator from Arizona, John McCain. He was a Republican, of course. And I would argue that he was one of the better Republicans that we've had in society. He was a war hero, a man who, a POW, as a matter of fact, a prisoner of war. He was with his battalion during the Vietnam War. He was captured, was there for 6 years. And unfortunately, he was one of those guys who would go, "I'm not leaving without my men." And true to his word, he never left. Even though the Vietnam Army would let him go, say, "You can get out of here." And so like, "I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving without my men." And true enough, he left with his men back home to the United States. He had an inspiring career. Not just as a military man, but as a politician. I know I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. He was one of the better Republicans to have come out. And then last year, he announced that he had an aggressive cancer, a brain cancer that had a very slim success rate of removal. But he knew that this cancer was going to get to him. But I'm going to rewind back a little bit. 2008, he announced he was going to succeed, or he was going to try to succeed George W. Bush for the presidency, and he was challenged by guess who? Barack Obama. And when he lost with dignity. He congratulated Barack Obama. And it's one of those reasons why Barack Obama and McCain became friends. Now, let's go back to the thing. When it was discovered last week, when it was discovered that the chances of him becoming it's kind of hard. When the success of this cancer is becoming slimmer and slimmer by the days, he made the ultimate decision. He was going to discontinue treatment for this cancer. He didn't think he was going to beat it. So 48 hours after he announced that he was going to discontinue the cancer treatment, the cancer killed him. John McCain surrendered to cancer, but he also died knowing that his legacy was going to live on. John McCain, Republican senator out of Republican senator out of Arizona, dead at the age of 81. That being said, it also turns out that he's got enemies among the Republican Party. It's kind of weird, but you have James Inhofe, Republican senator out of Oklahoma, and you also have Kelly Ward, Republican senator candidate out of Arizona, who wants to take the Senate seat from Jeff Flake. And the big enemy of this, of course, Donald Trump. Now, for those who don't know, Donald Trump, during the campaign trail, said that he doesn't consider John McCain a war hero. I mean, they say he's a war. I mean, this is his words. They say he was a war hero because he was captured. I don't like people who are captured. So, you're telling me that you prefer war heroes who were killed? You prefer the children who died unnecessarily as casualties of war? I mean, that's how you feel, but it goes so much worse than that. over the weekend, after it was announced that he died, right, President Trump, after having, hours after having the flag fly at half staff, said, no, we're going to fly at full staff. We're not going to have it half-assed. And a lot of people freaked out, like, no! Why? Why are you doing this? A lot of people lost their minds, rightfully so, about Trump's decision to, instead of honoring John McCain, fly the flag at full staff, because those two hate each other. John McCain was one of the people who shut down the vote to repeal Obamacare, most of it anyway. And now that he's gone, it's like Donald Trump says, okay, now the biggest distraction is gone. We can actually go on, take care of this Obamacare business, and make it illegitimate. I don't want any part of that black man being a legacy in the United States, because he's a black man. Now, James Inhofe and Kelly Ward have also been a little bit critical about the death of John McCain, saying that it was a negative influence, and saying that he was a Republican who did not deserve to have all these rights. Now, if I may say so, Donald Trump, James Inhofe, and Kelly Ward are all freaking idiots. And they're also warmongers so people who have no sense of credibility within their own party. This is also proving that the Republican Party only favors money that they can keep over the lives of people who are lost. And this goes the same with, the latest mass shooting in Jacksonville, in which 2 people were killed, several others injured before the gunman killed himself. Besides that, now, Donald Trump should back away from this talk about McCain now that he's passed. Well, not only that, but also respect him. Sure, he was a POW who was captured in Vietnam and released. And he's a war hero because he brought home his men. That's the main issue. Donald Trump had 5 deferments, including one where he lied about bone spurs in his leg, because he didn't know which leg he was talking about. He said, "Oh, I have bone spurs." Okay, can you tell me where? Man, I don't know. I thought was it my right leg? No, wait, is this my right leg? No. And this is also the same guy who, during a photo op with kindergartners, by the way, colored a stripe on the American flag blue. I am not joking about that. Farron Cousins of Ring of Fire Radio brought on the subject. This is a guy who has no respect for the American flag, a guy who has no respect for the national anthem, a guy who has no respect to God Bless America, a guy who can't salute the American flag properly. And he's telling us we're disrespecting the flag when he has no idea how to respect the flag himself. So yeah, I wish you would understand that if you're talking about us respecting the flag, you should respect the flag yourself. And besides, John McCain is a war hero. I'm saying it a couple times. John McCain is a war hero. He was a POW. He was a Vietnam vet. But most importantly, he is a much better man than you will ever be, Donald Trump. And that goes the same for James Inhofe and Kelly Ward.